Hi, this is Father Louis Skirty with one of our spiritual journeys to the Mount Carmel National Shrine here in Middletown, New York, with the director, Carol Bezak, a friend and former guest on Friends of the Word in another capacity. Carol, thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here, Father Lou. It's nice to see you again.
We're freezing, it's windy, but we're going to do a little overview, and then we're going to go inside and meet Carol one-on-one. So let's look around. And Carol, we're standing outside the church?
We're in front of the Shrine Church, and this is the Shrine of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. We have a designated holy door here, as you can see. Cardinal Dolan came, and the shrine is one of the 5 designated places in New York, in the Archdiocese of New York, for people to come and visit for the Year of Mercy. So because of that, we've had a lot of pilgrims, a lot of groups here to come and walk through the holy door and gain what's called a plenary indulgence.
Excellent. So, okay, we're going to go inside, but give us a view. I mean, I'm going to ask our cameraman to turn to the mountains and the other buildings.
Okay,
what is this first building?
It's a 60-acre piece of property. This building right over here is the Priory. It's called St. Alberts Priory. Upstairs is where the Carmelite priests live, who are here in residence, and the ones that come and go have a place to stay.
Great.
Okay, and downstairs in that building is a huge dining area called Pilgrim Hall, where we host a lot of our groups.
Excellent.
For dinner, lunch, or whatever they decide.
And then we have the chapel here.
This is the main chapel here.
And a beautiful portico.
Yes.
Leading to what?
Leading to the Cloister Walk. The Cloister Walk here, very monastic, and it has Stations of the Cross in there. Groups come and pray and sing and walk and, do the Stations of the Cross, or just come and sit there and quietly meditate.
Right.
So it's a beautiful area. Much more enjoyable in the summer when the weather's
I bet. But
warmer.
It's beautiful today with this excellent autumn weather.
And then across the street, as you drove in, you might have seen a building off to your right, and that is the Alberts Priory. That is the place where the novices live for a year. They come and they study and discern whether the Carmelite way is for them. So that is the Brandsma, named after Titus Brandsma, which we'll talk about a little bit later on.
Okay, this has been Father Louis Skirty with Carol. Stage 1 of a beautiful series of interviews that we're going to have. So let's go inside to the Mount Carmel Shrine. National Shrine of Mount Carmel. Hi, this is Father Louis Skirty. Now we're inside Carol's office at the National Shrine of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. The outside introduction was a little windy, but you got the idea of the beauty of the area. Carol, thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you for being here.
This is wonderful. Okay, Our Lady of Mount Carmel, who is she?
Well, Our Lady of Mount Carmel is a image of Mary particular to the Carmelite charism. The Carmelites honor Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel is a place in Israel where the Carmelite order originated, and Our Lady of Mount Carmel appeared and became the the cornerstone of the order. Okay.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So it was, and what year was that? You have all your history down?
I don't have the exact year, you know. A lot of the Carmelite traditions are still very new to me, and I'm still learning as I'm here and as I'm going along.
And we're going to let you know why she's just learning. Carol's just learning. We're later on going to interview some priests who are Carmelites, and they'll give me the history. So I shouldn't ask any, questions that get you into the corner. Okay, Carol, you're here and you're the director of the Mount Carmel Shrine. Tell me, first of all, how did you get here? I mean, you used to be campus minister and then parish coordinator.
Yes.
Now you're here. What's
I'm
going
here. Well, working in my parish as pastoral associate, every year I would offer summertime pilgrimage days.
Oh, okay.
We usually do 2, and we chose this place because it was local, and we thought we would come and spend the day here. It was the feast day of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, which is July 16th.
July, yes.
And I had a small group of people come, and we shared the day. We shared Mass. It was very beautiful. had a nice procession going outside afterwards. And I realized how beautiful this place was. And I was
Great.
just totally amazed at what was here and how close it was to Sussex County.
Oh, that's great, right.
So never having been here, and the people that I brought were just, equally amazed. So
It's Middletown, New York.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Right off the thruway. Very simple to get to.
Oh, it's very simple.
Jersey.
Yeah,
Very
very
good.
simple.
We may go outside later to get an overview if it's not too windy.
Yeah.
What is outside? What did you walk around when you first came with the Pilgrims?
Well, it's 60 acres of property here, and the Carmelites are here. We have a provincial office here. We have a development office here as well. And then outside, to the right of the shrine is the Priory, and that's where the Carmelite priests live. And those that come from the different areas have a place to stay when they come. So it encompasses a lot of different areas. We have an outdoor shrine to Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Across the street, there is a shrine to Our Lady of Knock.
Oh, of course, got to get her in
Yes,
there. Irish.
yes, the Irish connection is very strong. And the Carmelite cemetery is across the street, and it's a beautiful place. The Carmelite priests are buried there. Their funerals are celebrated here. And then they are walked across the street, and it's very beautiful. It's kind of like a coming home for them.
Great. Okay, so we're gonna later on, with or without the wind, we're gonna have to take views
Yeah.
of course, the street, the cemetery, and Our Lady of Knock.
Yes.
I recently was in Ireland, so Our Lady of Knock is very special.
Very, very
You,
special.
you mentioned an Irish connection. What is that?
Well, the Carmelites originated from Ireland, and I know you'll be sharing that with our archivist also. But the order originated in Ireland and then came to the United States from Ireland. So the connection is very strong
Oh,
to
great.
the Irish.
Great.
Yeah.
And what is your function here now as director of the shrine?
My function is to welcome pilgrims here, to arrange that groups can come and share a day of retreat, a pilgrimage. We offer a lot of feast day celebrations for the Carmelite saints,
Sure.
which I'm also getting to know.
I can't believe how many Carmelite saints I didn't know about. I mean, this little brochure
Yes,
you just showed me. Among the more famous, of course, is Saint Therese
Yes.
of Lisieux, as well as Avila,
yes,
and of course Edith Stein.
yes,
Beautiful. And there's a cause of beatification of Sister Angeline Therese, again,
Yes.
another Carmelite blessed. And even Blessed Isidore Bakanja,
Bakanja.
and seems to have been an African person.
Person, yes, yes.
Great. I mean,
Yes.
this is wonderful. And we're going to look at this more in depth later on. So why did you come? I mean, besides the beauty of the area, did they need a director or?
Well, not at the time that I came. When I came, I brought the group here. We spent a nice day. We went out to lunch. It was very nice. And I went back to my parish work and just, but I thought about it. I kept thinking about this place.
Wow.
Particularly because, as you know, I like to travel.
Yes,
And
yes.
throughout my travels, throughout the years, I realized that I was almost traveling with the Carmelite saints, but not really knowing it at the time.
Fascinating.
My first trip to Europe was to Spain and went to Avila.
Sure, sure.
And I was just so amazed at, what I saw there. I've been to other places where the Carmelite saints had originated.
Great.
So I started thinking about all of these things and thinking about how beautiful this place was. There was no job opening at the time.
And you showed me the chapel, the relics
Yes.
of the various saints, and we'll have a still of that on the site.
Yes.
Is there a website that you are familiar with?
Yes, we have a website. It's Our Lady of Mount Carmel Shrine.com,
Okay, just remember that. Go
which
ahead.
you can see a lot of everything that I'm talking about is on the website, really.
Excellent. But it's more interesting listening to. Okay, so you were in Avila, and then you traveled to other areas in which Carmelite saints were known.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah. It just, I felt like my path was almost leading me here
Isn't that
in so many
fascinating?
different ways. And I
There were
didn't.
no accidents, believe me.
There
were
are
no
none. No,
accidents.
there are none.
The Holy Spirit's with us all the time.
Yes.
As long as we're open to the Holy
Yes,
Spirit's
we have to be open.
pushing us.
But I did not expect to see relics when I came here. And all of us were just very amazed by that. the fact that you could come and venerate the relics and pray with the saints.
Let's pause on that. We're going to chat about relics, regardless of whom they are. Relics are first, second, third class items that are affiliated with a particular person who has become a saint. First class would be his or her body parts, a bone, a piece of hair. Second would be things that they owned, that was their book or their clothing. Third would be something that touched the main relic, the body or the relic that we have of that particular saint.
Yes.
So there are a lot of third class relics that are, again, they're, you know, today's terms, they're souvenirs, they're mementos, but they're holy and they're sacred
Yes.
because they're associated with the particular saints.
Oh, yeah.
Any relic that is outstanding here
Saint Therese.
of this year?
Saint Therese of Lisieux
Everybody loves
is
her.
just so popular. People come and share the stories of how Saint Therese affected their life and how they gained some type of, I'm going to say miracle.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
of her. Yeah.
With the roses all the time.
Always with the roses. Yes.
As you know, when I was a campus minister at William Patterson, we constructed a shrine to Saint Lucia, Saint Therese of Lisieux, and in the process of constructing the shrine, the stories came out, and people were overwhelmingly happy. First of all, she was a young woman, so it was a great patroness
Yes.
for the university students, and the stories about roses always came up. And I'll give you one real quick story, and this is on our website as well. But once the shrine was up, it was being built, and the statue was being brought. I said to Jerry, I said, we need to get flowers around. Now, this is October, so there are no roses around.
Yeah.
So I went to downtown Patterson, and I went to Corrado's, and I said, I need some flowers, plants. I want to put them around. They said, oh, you know, you're in between seasons. The only ones we have are back right there. They're roses. I said, stop. I'll take them. So I took the roses, and then we went into the garden center. And again, I said to the person behind the counter, I need a little meditative chair or bench I can put in the garden. He said, there's not many around. There's one over there. It's with the roses on the back. I said, thank you,
were
Saint
meant to be there.
Therese. So they came, and it was a great experience installing the statue and all the people who were present. Okay, this is because we're talking about Saint Therese of Lisieux. So we're back to the Carmelites here at Middletown, New York. So you received some sort of a sign that you should have been and are following the Carmelites.
Yes.
And how did you get to the position?
Well, the position opened up probably right before the holidays, right around Thanksgiving, right before Christmas. And I saw the ad and I kind of looked at it and, you know, it piqued my interest having been here
Wow.
and just wanted to pursue it. I felt that at this point, you know, I had just recently graduated with my master's from the
Yes.
College of St. Elizabeth in
Great.
May.
Yes.
So I felt that I was looking for a change and to broaden my, you know, my ministry. So I applied for the job and came for the first interview. And the second interview was basically they narrowed it down to 2 or 3 people, and I was chosen.
That's great.
So-
And I just want to inform our audience, very important. Carol is not a nun. She's not a religious. She's married and family. She's pursuing her Christian vocation, which is very interesting for all of us. But we have to realize that it's not ours, priests or nuns' vocation. Our Christian vocation is for all people. It's to Bill, who's behind the camera, because he's doing evangelization. It's to Carol, who's running the shrine activities. And to many of you, think about where your Christian vocation takes you, because it's your response to Christ. Okay, so you were hired.
I was hired, and I have to tell you, Father Lou, that this is the first time there's a non-clergy person in this position. So I kind of felt honored by that,
Yes,
and
yes.
also a little, you know,
Challenged.
challenged in a lot of ways.
Yes, yes.
Because people still walk into the office and expect to see that there's a priest here, and they like articles blessed, and you know, things like that. So there are those types of challenges.
Okay.
But the first woman and the first non-clergy to serve in this capacity, so it was very a little overwhelming.
On the other hand, you're right in time and in the line of what's going on in the church today. Read an article in America last week, the number of lay people who are becoming presidents of Jesuit schools, Jesuit universities
Yes.
throughout the country.
Yes.
So it's happening. You know,
Yeah.
it took Vatican II 60 years to really hit, but out of necessity and also out of Christian vocation. It's great that you as a layperson have taken this role.
Well, I think that they looked at my experience, my parish experience of putting programs together, being able to bring people like Father Lou here, and just to broaden the base of people that were coming to the shrine,
Right.
and being able to offer programs and things that are educational but also spiritual. You know, so we tried to combine the two. We talked about Edith Stein,
Right.
and her feast day was the beginning of August, and I realized there was nothing going on at the time, so about 2 weeks before, I quickly put a program together, and we had a nice film, we had a luncheon, and I gave a little talk on her life.
You're a piece of work.
So it's a work in progress here, it really is.
You're doing what you need to be doing. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
We're going to stop this part of the interview and continue later on. We'll have a few interviews, and you can go online, you'll see all of them. But what's really important is that we're getting to insight into Carmelite spirituality, and we're going to have some priests later on who are Carmelites here on the premises, and we're getting further insight into Christian spirituality through the Carmelite charism, through Carol. And thank you, Carol, for being with us, part one, and we're going to
You're
continue this. Part one was really outside in the cold,
In the wind.
but it's autumn and it's in the mountains. Thank you for joining us. This has been Father Louis Scurdy with Carol Besak, Director of the National Shrine of Our Lady of Mount Carmel in Middletown, New York, and we'll have all that website information up on our site. Thank you for joining us. Pass this on to your family and friends, and God bless you.